welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Vlogmas day 20. I'm super glad to have you here. Hey, if you're new here, I'm Carissa Shaylin. I'm a mom to a 1-year-old as well as a wife to a mechanical engineer. And if you're not new here, well, hey, welcome back. I'm super glad to have you. While you're here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. You don't want to miss anything coming up. We got a few more days of Vlogmas and then we're back to our regular scheduled content at Wednesdays and Fridays and an occasional Monday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm super stoked to be talking about books today. I did not read nearly as much as I wanted to this year. I did, however, read, I don't know, maybe 10 books this year. Definite goal next year. My girl Amanda Turner, she just posted a bunch of books on her channel. I'll leave her channel link down below, but she just posted like the most amazing goal. I think is really realistic, is 2 books a month for a year. I think 24 books in a year is realistic for a busy mom, for a busy person. I go through spurts typically of reading like 5, 6, 7 books all at one time. Otherwise than that, I'm pretty stable. Like, I'll do like 4 or 5 books, fall off, 4 or 5 books, fall off kind of thing. One of the books that I will be showing you, I'm not quite done, but I will explain that later. I forgot a book over there, so let me grab that. Alright, I don't have all books on hand. I do use my Kindle. I have the Kindle Paperwhite. I will link the one that I have down below. I love my Kindle. The reason I love my Kindle, Ricky got it for me as a honeymoon / birthday gift. If you didn't know, I got married literally a week before my 25th birthday. So we were on our honeymoon during my birthday, and what better thing to read, or kind of read on your honeymoon on the beach. So he got me my Kindle Paperwhite. I would not buy any other Kindle but the Paperwhite. I think it's really nice because it literally has no blue light technology or anything. It just has a little bit of a backlight. It looks like a book. Yes, I'm with most people. I do like having books. I like being able to flip pages, but I also like to read in the dark. So this helps a lot. Also, it's unrealistic to keep, not unrealistic, but it's expensive to read, if you know that. And books are pricey, and I don't know, I just rather, and they're bulky. So that's why this comes in handy for how much I read sometimes. And when I do go through spurts of super reading, Kindle Unlimited is great. So I do use Kindle Unlimited sometimes. Please sponsor me, Kindle. Anywho, we'll go through the books, and then I'll get into the Kindle, and then I will leave here the cover of each book from the Kindle, so at least you know what I'm kind of talking about. So I'll kind of go in the order, kind of, because I went through a Kindle phase right after one of these books. So I should start this off with my typical genre, believe it or not. You can judge me, you can hate me, whatever you want, is like raunchy romance novels. After 50 Shades, it went like Twilight, young adult for a while, and then I got into my 20s, and then 50 Shades happened, and then from there on I kind of really got into those kind of romance novels. They have great storylines. Yes, there's whatever, but like the storylines are pretty decently like suspenseful typically. But I don't only have that genre. What I'm trying to get at is there's a bunch of genres in here. I kind of went through like an autobiography phase this year too, so that's where we'll start. I grew up on NASCAR, so I read the Dale Jr. Race to the Finish book. This book was really good. If you know who Dale Jr. is, you know he went through a bunch of concussions. And this is just how he got back to normal and how he was dealing with concussions. It was a really great book. I bought this on my Kindle, and Ricky doesn't obviously read my Kindle, and he wanted to read it, so I got him this copy. Literally, it was, if you're into racing or NASCAR or anything like that, his story was fantastic, learning about like every race and how it affected him and stuff like that, and how he came through all of the concussion symptoms. Like, that was gnarly. A great roller coaster ride of his life. Then I went through like a Shane Dawson fan or like thing. I binge watched a crap ton of his videos all before the conspiracy video and like all the Jeffrey Shane drama at the beginning of the year kind of thing. So I read both of his books. The first one was I Hate My Selfie, and it's just like a bunch of short essay stories about his life and like anecdotes and stuff like that. It's really good. It was really funny. There's a bunch of funny moments. He made it lighthearted and interesting. If you never knew, he used to work for Jenny Craig and all this other stuff. Then went his second book, because I had no idea what to read. Like, nothing was calling out to me, and I liked the first one. I thought it was funny. So it's called It Gets Worse, and it's just a bunch of essays again. They're really fast to read. I probably read each of them within a day. They were a quick read. That's all I can say. They're pretty great. Simple. I got them super cheap on Amazon. The next one is Mother's Ingredients. Okay, if y'all haven't heard of this book, I suggest going on Amazon, picking yourself up a copy. It was so good. This is by Tara Cummings. Believe it or not, I went to high school with this author. She pretty much wrote her story it's like a flashback and forth kind of a book, where you flash from her childhood into she's pregnant with her twin girls. So her twin girls is kind of where you start of like, oh, am I gonna be a good mom, am I not, kind of a thing, because she went through so much traumatic stuff in her childhood, from like when she was it kind of starts, I think if I remember correctly, like when she was like 5 or 6, and her mom's like a drug addict and like a bunch of craziness, and she just hopes that she can become a great mom, which, like I said, I know her today and she's a fantastic mom. So she overcame a lot, and I didn't know this about her. Like, I knew her as her, not her as in like her past. So it was really interesting. It's a great read. I read this in about a day and a half. Pick yourself up a copy. You won't regret it. It was a really great read. It was so interesting. Even if I didn't know her in high school or anything, like, and I saw this, fantastic. It was really, really good. Pick it up. I am not completely done. As you can see, I'm like halfway through Midnight Sun. This is the Edwards version of Twilight. I do like this book a lot. I'm going slowly through it because I don't want it to end. I feel like this is like the ending of Twilight. With that being said, if you've read Twilight and you still haven't picked this up, I I suggest you do. It is over 200 pages longer than Twilight, so you're getting an extra over 200 pages of insight to it. The downfall of this book that I've noticed is there isn't a lot of extra chit chat on I feel like she could have cut out some of, if you know Edward can read minds, some of the extraness of reading minds. I think you could cut that out. But otherwise than that, it's really, really good. I do really, really like it. Getting that, and Amanda talked about this in her book review, I don't care for reading the same book in somebody else's point of view. Like, I feel like I just went through all that and I really enjoyed reading it in somebody's point of view. Now I'm reading the same but just slightly different. Now this is a lot different. Like, you're getting so much more about different characters and learning that way because there's so much extra going on. I do recommend reading this. Okay, let's go into my Kindle here. I do read a lot of these, like I said, on Amazon Unlimited. The first series I read was it was the Forbidden Surrender, Secret Surrender, and Beautiful Surrender. So it's a 3-book series with Vincent and Kristen. I'll throw the covers here. So this is like a raunchy romance novel. She is all about like a PR and trying to make businesses really great and advertisements, and she has to land this account who is Vincent, is a multi-million-dollar billionaire guy, and lo and behold, they kind of fall in love and la da 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 da. It's 3 books of like getting through their love scene, and there's a lot of like other stuff going on, like ex-lovers and stuff, like trying to kill each other. Like 90% that's what I'm like. I've read a lot of like the same kind of concepts but in different forms. It's pretty good. Not mad at it. And then I did Reckless. So this is like a sub-series off of it with like her best friend and somebody else. So you get into Riley, which was Kristen's best friend, and she's like a band manager and falls in love with a guy named Jax, and they have to go through all that. And of course Jax has issues, which is great. They were good series. I would recommend to read them. I did read them all within a few days. They were quick reads. They were really well done. What else did I read this year? The Professional. Okay, so I don't know if y'all saw 365 Days or on Netflix. It's like a crazier spin-off, in my opinion, of 50 Shades of Grey. Not in like the culture of what 50 Shades was kind of based on, but they have a little bit of that, but not really if you haven't seen it. Well, 365 Days, or Denis, is a Polish book that's about to be written in English or translated into English. Coming up here in February, which I can't wait to read because that story is a whirlwind in itself. But because they don't have it in English, I was trying to find something similar to that, and like the concept of, I don't know, I kind of like Stockholm stories too. They're kind of very interesting to me about that. So I did get a recommendation on my Kindle of something called The Professional by Chrisley Cole. I am not I should also say this, I am not like a diehard author fan. Like, I don't read everything from somebody all the time. Like, I don't care who the author is, I just want the nice storyline. But back to what I was saying is The Professional is about this girl who wants to find her dad, her biological dad, and she does, and she ends up finding that he is the biggest Russian mob boss in the world, and her bodyguard who comes to take her back to Russia, they end up falling for each other, and a worldwide event goes down because she's now been discovered that she is the mob boss's wife or daughter, and now everybody wants to kill her to get to him. So it's a worldwide. You got romance, you got suspense, you got murder, you got everything that you could need. Did I have anything else? Oh, and then I also read, I think this was the last book I read, was The Story of Shannon Rose Part 2, which is a biography kind of thing. She's a YouTuber here on, obviously, YouTube. Her stories are pretty interesting. She is in the adult film industry, or was way back in the day, and she kind of just writes about her life story. I read her first book when it first came out, and now she came out with her second one, and it was really interesting, really good to know. I don't know, I didn't feel like I read nearly as much as I have before, and that's probably a bit of mom life. Part of doing YouTube, you kind of fall into different things, but I do want to read a lot more. I hope this gave you some books to read. If you do, let me know down in the comments what you think of some of these books. Or are you gonna read any of these books? Do any of these sound interesting to you? I'm sorry I didn't do it like Amanda. Amanda had it like so perfectly. She had it like in subdivision genres and all this. She is way more professional in that than I was here. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and hope this like helped you maybe find a new book to read this upcoming year. Do you have any goals to read more this upcoming year? Do you have any new goals that you want to happen this coming year? Let me know down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you like more of this content and you want more book reviews as I read more, drop that in the comments down below. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Know when I am posting next. I love you guys oh so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!